There are several view modes available to you when you're working on your illustrations so that you can more easily see through objects, as well as giving you the ability to set certain view modes that you can jump back to focus on an area instead of using the zoom tool each time. So let me go ahead and talk about exactly what these options are. I'm going to create a star, and I'll create another one here and one here and one here. And I'm going to also just go ahead and give these guys all the same color. So I'll double click on my swatches here and give it a green fill. Now, the first thing I want to show you is how you can use this part of the menu all the way in the bottom called New Views. Now, let's say that I want to set a view. So I'm going to zoom in like so I can see all my stars. And I like this, and I want to come back to this frequently. I can go to the View menu, and I can choose New View, and I can name it Close-Up, for example, and click OK. Now I'm going to zoom out, and I'll go like this and create yet another view. So I'll go to View, and I'm going to go to New Views, and I'll call this Far. So I'm working, and I want to get back to my close-up of my illustration. So I can go to the View menu, and now I can choose the views which are listed in this list now. So I can choose my close-up view, and kablam, here I am in my close-up view. And now I want to go back to my other view, and I can go to Far. And setting these views allows me to go exactly to the point that I specify each time, instead of having to grab the zoom tool and making a marquee and trying to move my mouse or my keyboard by holding down the space bar rather to find exactly the spot that I left off. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to clear these now, and I'm going to draw just a few rectangles at this point, and I'm going to overlap them just like this to show you some other options in the View menu. Now let's say I want to have this rectangle match the exact center of this rectangle. Now when I click on a rectangle, you'll notice that we have a little point that appears in the middle of it, and hopefully you can see that. But if you can't, that's where the outline mode comes in handy. So you go to the View menu and you choose Outline. Now we can see a little X, and this X is the center of our objects. So I can click on one of my rectangles and put it right on top of the other X, and now they are perfectly centered. Outline mode also makes it easier to select objects that may be overlapping, so you can click on a part of it, whereas you wouldn't be able to do that if we were in the preview mode. So it's a little easier to select objects that are a little hard to get to. Now, of course, in reality, you would use layers so you can separate objects that have more than one set of complexity. So you can have like a bunch of bricks, or you have a bunch of leaves, and they will all be on their own layer. So you wouldn't have to try to grab the leaves from the bricks layer, for example. So once again, you have your View mode, Outline, you have Preview, and you also have the ability to set views that you can come to at any time using the View menu.